anybody or anything.
Tonight I want to share with you, please write this down, I want to talk to you about the 10 keys for personal success. I want to remind you that our class is really focusing on success, which gives you influence. And that's the concept I'm trying to communicate to you as we share these thoughts. The School of Influence is really based on the level of success that you have. I was thinking, for example, LeBron James, one of the top basketball players in the world today, was simply a young man from a high school. But his success in sports makes him celebrated. The word celebrate is where we get our word celebrity from. A celebrity is someone who the majority of the people celebrate, and therefore they consider them to be people of influence. His success as a basketball professional on the court gives him influence in so many other areas. A young man won the MVP last night. All of a sudden, he was telling a story yesterday when he got the award last night about his mother bringing him up as a single parent and how she contributed his life. But he was unknown. His success, I think it's Kevin Durant is his name. He really became influential last night because the MVP, most valuable player in basketball. And again, I want you to understand the principle behind that. The principle is, if you become successful in an area of your life, you really become influential in the areas of life. So the goal is to really become successful. I'll give you an example of Jesus Christ. When Jesus came out of that little village called Nazareth, Nazareth only had 11 houses. That was main town. And it had one street. I went to visit Nazareth over 27 years ago before it was built up. And they did excavations. The archaeologists found the original Nazareth. And Nazareth was built around a well, because wherever people found water, that's where they built the city or village. And they discovered that Nazareth only had 11 houses. No wonder why Jesus was well known in that little town. When he went back to them, they said, can any good thing come out of this little town? They said, who do you think you are? But it was really a settlement. But when he was about to begin his ministry, he had to do something successful. What did he do? He went looking for a problem. If you are a basketball team and you're losing, you want to find a player who can solve your problem. The Miami Heat went shopping and hired 4 players to solve their problem. They had never won championships. So they went looking for who? Solutions. Success begins with identifying a problem to solve. So Jesus Christ knew, if I'm going to be successful, I must succeed in something. So he went looking for a problem. He found one. He found 3 young men at that time sitting on the beach with an empty boat. That was a problem. They were professionals. They didn't know what to do with their problem. What did he do? He offered to solve their problems. What did he use? His gift. What was his gift? The gift of dominion. And he told them, go back out. Wrong location, wrong depth, and net on the wrong side. And he solved their problem. Now, what happened after that? Do you remember what happened after that? It says, Peter said to him, what manner of man are you? In other words, you just separated yourself from normal men. That's what that means. We thought
Hey, we're glad you're here. This is TNT Martial Arts and Fitness, located in KC, South Carolina. We teach MMA, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and fitness kickboxing to kids and adults.
Our classes will help you develop physical fitness, mental strength, and gain valuable social skills.
You will learn self-defense, build confidence, and get into the best shape of your life. You'll also become a part of something positive and learn new skills from our training professors.
Thought you was a normal person. Success begins with separating yourselves from the pack. What manner of person are you? Why? Because you solved a problem that we couldn't solve. You used a gift we didn't know you had. Immediately, he became celebrated. He became a celebrity. No wonder why they were willing to drop their nets, shut down their fishing company, and join him. Because he became what? Successful in an area of life. Therefore, he became influential. Influence is the capacity to cause other people to listen to you or to follow you. What is influence? Oh dear. I guess I'm talking to myself, talk to the hand. Influence is the capacity to cause other people to listen to you or to follow you. That's influence. Suddenly they decided to listen to him. Then they went even to the point where they said, we will follow you. Influence is when other people change their priorities for yours. What is influence? When other people change their priorities for yours. It's influence. So the reason why we focus on success is because success brings you influence. And I'm going to move very fast tonight because I want to get to these 10 keys. And then for the rest of the year, we are going to deal with each one of these keys. And we're going to deal with national influence. Because you will never be successful until you have influence. And you will never have influence until you are successful. They are connected. So I want to begin to talk about then the origins and the nature of success. Our focus in this session is going to be on the role of laws and rules in personal success. Write that down, please. The role of laws and rules in personal success. There's one point I want you to leave this class with tonight, and it's this. There's a difference between a law and a rule. And rules can actually stop you from being successful. We'll explain this in this session. Anyone who wants to be successful must break the rules. Please listen to carefully. I'm going to give you an important lesson tonight. Your failure in life or your lack of success in life is related to the fact that you obey the rules. Are you thinking? So don't confuse laws with rules. I want you to look at this slide. You can see it from where you are. And I want you to say out loud the words that you see in this slide. Ready? Any word, go. Intelligence, imagination, motivation, time, courage, confidence, ideas, hard work, creativity, will, focus, intelligence, imagination. What's the last word?
As a healthcare worker who's been on the front lines of this crisis, how does it feel to know that vaccines are...
What's the big word? Success. I pulled out this slide because this slide has all the principles that lend to success. And each one of those words you may try and remember. Intelligence, motivation, imagination, will, very important, confidence, creativity, hard work, courage, time, very important. You don't rush into success. So success is really an integration of a number of principles we're going to talk about tonight. I want to talk about these 10 keys or these 10 laws of success that I have used in my own life. And these keys or laws are immutable. They are also universal, and they can work anywhere in the world. These laws have no respect for your ethnic background, your pigmentation. They have no respect for your family upbringing or your culture, because laws are universal. They work for anyone if you learn them. Now, we talk about success. I want to quickly define success for you so that you don't think that success is something else. Everybody wants to be successful, correct? I mentioned to you in my last few sessions that success is predictable, failure is predictable. And the reason why success and failure are predictable is because everything was designed to function by laws, and laws make things predictable. Laws make life predictable. Write that down. All life is predictable because of laws. And the reason why everything has laws attached to it is because God created everything to succeed. And that success is related to God's reputation. He wants to protect his reputation through his creation. Whatever God created is supposed to work. It's supposed to succeed. Whether it's a bird flying or a fish swimming or a tree bringing, its fruit, everything has to work by laws. That means you were designed by God as God's number one highest creation. Which means that then God has to create some laws by which you succeed to make his reputation successful. In other words, success is good for God. Now, success is not a pursuit. This is important. If you want to be successful in life, don't try to be successful in life. People are failures because they try to be successful. Successful people didn't try to be successful. They simply followed some laws. In other words, success is a result of obedience to laws. What did I say? Talk loud back to me. What did I say? Write that down and tweet it to somebody right now. #Miles Monroe. Success is what? A result. It's not a pursuit. In other words, success is a byproduct of an activity that you are involved in. LeBron James had no desire to be successful. He desired to be the best player, that's all. So he followed some rules. Last night, I heard them interview him after the Miami basketball team won by 20 points. And they asked him a question. They said, "How did you do it?" He said, "Well, we had a few days off. And instead of resting, we spent all the time on the gym shooting." In other words, on their break, they were working. What was he doing? He was following one of the laws. Hard work even when you're off. He was telling us that his success is not something he desired to pursue, but rather he was more concerned about working a law. So that's important to understand. What is success? Let me define a couple of thoughts for you. First of all, success is not what you've done compared to what others have done. Why? Because you'll always find somebody less than you and better than you. So you can actually claim to be the first in the class and still be a poor student. I remember that happened to me when I was a kid in Western Prep School here in the Bahamas. I ran home and I was so excited. I got 48 on tests. 48. And I got the top mark in the class. I ran home and showed my mother my exams, my test. And my mother punished me. She said, you got first in the class at 48. Two things has to happen. Number one, the teacher need to be fired. And number two, you are a disgrace. That means everybody got less than 48. She said, 48 out of what? And that was the question. 48 out of what? See, success is not measured by what you've done compared to others. Success is measured by what you've done compared to what you were supposed to do. You were supposed to get 100. So 58 at the top of the class is failure because 100 was supposed to be success. So success not measured by what you've done compared to what the others have done. It's measured by what you've done compared to what you should have done. In essence, success is the fulfillment of the original assignment or purpose for which the entire test was given. Your life, therefore, is measured by why God created you, not what you've done. Let me try it again. Your success in your life is not measured by what you've done, but by why God created you compared to what you've done. In other words, you could be a complete failure and everybody else thinks you are successful because you didn't do what God purposed for your life. Conclusion then is that success is simply fulfillment and completion of original purpose. The purpose for the exam is for me to get 100%. I got 48. So according to the examiner, even though I got the highest score, everybody failed, including me. Because the issue is not my comparison to the others who got less than me, but my comparison to what I was supposed to have gotten. The purpose for the class was 100%. Everybody still with me? So success in your life is first of all discovering why did God create you? What was the assignment, the purpose for your birth? Why did you come into the world? And this is really the key to measuring your success in life. That's why God measures success this way. Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11. He says, I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you future and what? Hope. To give you a future and a hope. God has a future, a mark ahead of you that's supposed to be what you reach.